HB 829 was in the Business Professionalism Committee this morning. This is actually going to be in two committees that you need to be in so they make sure everything's okay, is acceptable with regards to their scope, and then they vote it either out or they don't vote it out of that committee into the wider voting legislator. So what has happened is this is the first committee. Next week is Tax and Revenue. We got out of committee today. We needed 9 votes. We got 10 or 11. They left it open because there was a few people who hadn't showed up, so we don't know the final numbers. There was one member, Obableen, who voted no. He's a Republican. He's never voted yes on any cannabis bill, so that was expected. And so right now the bill's moving on. The problem is there's a lot of people who don't want the compassionate model to move forward because they want everything to be paid for because it contributes to the tax base, which is why we went. The government agreed to this. And also the corporate cannabis, which is making money off this, employing a lot of people. And anytime you give free cannabis away, people are concerned that it's either going to be diverted into the illicit market or it's going to erode at the tax base, the tax revenue, and the revenue to the community, to the companies. And so what I think's happened is it's moved out. But until this thing's signed by the governor, if it ever gets there, this thing could change because they add amendments. And so we don't know because of our experience both on the federal and state level. We know there's a lot of people who don't want to take us head on in these committees. As you noticed today, there was not a single person opponent who spoke against the bill. They work behind the scenes. So we just got to keep monitoring this to make sure whatever happens behind the scenes doesn't distort the intentions of this bill, making it really not effective in helping not only veterans, but as you saw today, kids, the elderly, and people who depend on cannabis for medicine and can't afford it. So that's basically where we're at. It's a first step in a long process here. Government's a frustrating vehicle, but you're seeing it in action, hopefully solve the issue we're dealing with.